created by TaleBot.
Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a little girl named Betty. Betty was a curious and imaginative 7-year-old with bright blue eyes and curly golden hair. She lived in a cozy cottage with her parents on the edge of a vast enchanted forest. Betty's best friend in the whole world was a boy named James, who lived just across the forest. Every day, after finishing their chores, Betty and James would meet at their secret spot, a clearing in the forest where the sunlight danced through the leaves. They would spend hours playing games, telling stories, and sharing their dreams. Everything was perfect in Betty's world until one day, something unexpected happened. As Betty was walking towards the secret spot, she heard a beautiful melody floating through the air. It was the most enchanting sound she had ever heard. Curiosity got the better of her, and she followed the melody deeper into the forest. The melody led her to a hidden glade, where she found a girl with long, flowing red hair, sitting under a tree, playing a wooden flute. Her name was Angie, and she had just moved to the magical place. Betty was captivated by Angie's music, and she couldn't help but join in with her own gentle humming. Angie smiled warmly and invited Betty to sit beside her. They played together for hours, their melodies intertwining like vines. Betty felt a deep connection with Angie, and she couldn't wait to tell James about her new friend. The next day, Betty eagerly rushed to their secret spot, but James wasn't there. Confused and worried, she decided to go look for him. She searched high and low, calling out his name, but there was no sign of him. Betty's heart sank. She felt like she was losing her best friend to this new friendship with Angie. Days turned into weeks, and Betty found herself torn between her friendship with James and her newfound bond with Angie. She would spend her mornings with Angie, playing music and exploring the magical place, and her afternoons searching for James, hoping to find him and bring him back into their trio of friendship. But no matter how hard she looked, James remained elusive. One evening, as Betty and Angie sat beneath their tree, Betty couldn't hold back her sadness any longer. Tears streamed down her face as she confessed her worries to Angie. Angie listened patiently, her eyes filled with understanding. She then told Betty something that changed everything. "Friendship is like a melody," Angie said softly. "A person's heart can hold more than one person. Just because we have new friends doesn't mean we forget the old ones. James will always be a part of our friendship, just as you are a part of mine." Betty realized the truth in Angie's words. She had been so focused on the fear of losing James that she hadn't realized friendship could grow and expand. With newfound clarity, Betty rushed back to their secret spot the next day, and there, sitting under their favorite tree, was James. Betty ran towards him, tears of joy streaming down her face. James smiled, relieved to see his friend. Betty told James about Angie and how she had felt torn between their friendship. James listened, understanding the struggle Betty had gone through. Together, they decided to invite Angie to their secret spot to share their games, stories, and melodies. From that day on, Betty, James, and Angie became the best of friends. They would meet at their secret spot, playing music, sharing laughter, and creating beautiful memories. Betty had learned a valuable lesson that friendship is not limited by numbers, that a person's heart can hold infinite love and care. As the years went by, Betty, James, and Angie grew older, but their friendship remained strong. They continued to explore the magical place, creating their own adventures and melodies. And every night, as they bid each other goodbye, they would hum a special tune, the melody that had brought them together, a reminder of their unbreakable bond.
Create your own bedtime story with TaleBot.